Okay, let's get some UI built. And I'll just try and sort the scene a little bit as well. So I'll make an object just called core, and this will be just things that are needed to support the scene you're on. And then I'll have maybe game or something like that. And this is where you put the other components that aren't just core components really. Maybe the camera should be in game as well. And then the scene, which is just scene specific. All the units, battle units, the battle map will go in here. Okay. Maybe battle is no, I'll just go UI. I'll add a canvas with a panel, but I'll rename this what's this going to be? Action UI maybe. So I'll just block some things out just to see what kind of visual I'm thinking. Maybe some kind of turn order UI, but this is going to be up the side. Maybe something like that. So I would have maybe some faces or some icon here to show what these people are and the enemies. And then at the bottom, maybe a bigger picture. So so give me a second. I'll go and grab some images that I can use and just drop them into the project somewhere, just as prototype images. These I maybe won't make it into the end game or whatever. Textures or images is fine. Alright, be right back. Alright, here are some pictures I found. So, in the turn order UI, I think it'll be vertical layout, expand on the width but not the height, start in the lower center, and then we can just add a few images to it just to test out. So turn order UI item. Layout element. So why would that be? Height of 100. The image is 100. Oh, there we go. Position should be nothing, nothing. This should be in the center. There we go. There should be some kind of padding, so maybe 8. You know what, this should be able to set the height and not flexible. So this, that just fit. That's wrong. Content size fitter should be for fitting to the children. Oh, we just go that. That's what we do. And then whatever this is will be the size. Okay. There we go. So let's just make that 100 as well to keep it clean. Although really it should be 48 plus something like +8 +8. Is that too small now? It doesn't look too small. No, let's make 100. Just make 100. This stuff, you shouldn't really spend too long unless it's absolutely essential from the start of your game. You usually just want, or I think you probably just want to get stuff working, and then afterwards you can worry about making it look perfect, etc. But yeah, so it doesn't need to be that far up. Could just be that. Now you can just add a few more. But then change the image. You know what, this one should be this one should be that. And the first one should be this guy that's going to be Pete. So then in the action panel, we will create active unit face. And we'll just add a face to this. Make it bigger than the last ones, but not too big still. Yeah, I'd like it to look like when it moves here, it's going to be big. So then it'll just keep shifting round, shifting round. And each round this can update, and then I can do some kind of event as well that just says a new actor, a new unit has been selected, and then also update the order list. And then the turn order UI can say draw draw the unit in position 1, 2, and 3, since we already have 0 as the active one. So in here will be another panel. I use panels to begin with just as guides. So if I make the background of this one slightly off, we see that it starts here when I want it to start about here. So let's bring it in. Let's just go 100 as well. Add a horizontal layout group starting at the middle left. No expand, but we will control the children size. And then just start adding actions. Layout element. They'll have preferred sizes, they won't be adjustable. And maybe go 64. So there's going to be an image attached to this that is going to be the same matching size as the parent. There's going to be some kind of padding from the left. No, we'll leave the pattern as is until we at least see what it looks like. So action 2, action 3. Let's give it some spacing. And we'll add a button to those. I'll see if this works the way I want it to with adding an image from outside. Well, from a child rather than on the same object. Alright, I'll go and grab some images for like abilities, and then we'll be right back. Okay, I've got some images here for abilities. Let's just make folders. Uh, Faces and maybe icons. Let's make them sprites. Single. How big are these? 256. Full. Okay, let's get them in here. Icons. Get them in here for faces. So that'll be some kind of attack, some kind of heal, some kind of poison ability, and then some kind of fireball. is this fine just having the icons? Should there be some kind of text? I'm sure the icons are fine. We've played games with shortcut bars our whole lives now. I'll just have to create some tooltip when you hover over at a later time. Okay. So this is the plan. Maybe this should be bigger and then I can have the health displayed with it. Let's go 150. And then I wouldn't need a pop-up. I could have a hover over these icons up here, and then underneath can be the name and a brief description of what it does, or the targets maybe. Or I can cut it in two. Have the actions on a separate bar and have the face on a separate bar. Active unit details, maybe something like that. Get rid of the panel. Make it a lot smaller. Maybe go 150 by 150. Get the turn order UI, just 150. Oh, no, starting at 150, so it's above it. And then this action be action bar UI. Get rid of the face. Push it along by 150. Get rid of the where is it? Get rid of this left push. But see, now I would like a bit of something. Alright, so 16 plus 16, 32, plus 64, that's 96, right? So the panel, let's just go 96 to be a bit neater. Turn order UI is probably the same thing, make it 96, because why not? So the active face can be a bit bigger now. Maybe 8 and 8. Can have health, maybe some kind of bars here. And maybe health experience bar. Let's create a HP. We'll give it an image just so I can gauge the space it's wanting to take up. Make it green or something. So this is going to be a horizontal layout group. Middle center. Add some text. This is the first time I'm using this in the project, so I need to import. So this will be current, and then the divide, and then maximum. Put in some temp values. Let's bring this down. Okay, it doesn't need to be that high. And let's put it on the bottom, or align it to the bottom. Or align it there. Just so it's aligned properly. 488. Okay. And then we'll just make this panel visible. So again, we don't have anything else right now. We just have health. So I guess if the UI shows that, it's enough for now, and it can be changed later. This is starting to take a bit better shape. This doesn't need two panels though. There we go. So let's see what happens if I click one of the buttons. Okay, it does give some feedback. Cool. I would like some kind of better design around this. Like each button can have some kind of emboss. But yeah, it doesn't matter right now. So what's next? The whole point of this, yeah, one of these needs to be moved. So we'll be right back. I need to grab a move and maybe an end turn button. Here we are. That's going to be the move button, and this is going to be end turn. So as for how to set this out, I think move should maybe be at the very start. Maybe even create another panel. Um, can I do content size fitter for this thing? Horizontal. Oh, there we go. That looks good. Preferred size. So it gives us just that. That looks great. Okay, so there's going to be an overall action bar UI. Get that up there. going to have a content size fitter. It's going to be the preferred size. I think that's going to work. And it's also going to be a horizontal layout group that doesn't expand and it can control the children, I believe is what I want. So go back down, skip in 150, and it's 96 tall. Okay. So this panel can be given a name now. This is abilities UI, maybe ability bar UI, something like that. This other bar is going to be just move. So this also needs the content size fitter on the horizontal. Movement bar UI. And these can be expanded on, obviously. Maybe there'll be more than just move. Maybe there should be a couple of different options. Like Baldur's Gate has jump and things. So that's keeping the gates open. But that's going to be in the action bar UI. There we go. And because the way it's set up, it just slaps on at the end. We could just drag that to the start and in it goes. And similar to how we've done space in between these components or elements, can do the same thing with this, just like that. So if I want to make it a bit more obvious that it's separated, give it a bit of space in between it. And then if I just copy the movement bar and then put that at the end, I can have an end turn bar. So let's just get the image in there. Oh, didn't make them sprites. 256, single, full rect, point. Oh, wrong one. Of course I chose the wrong one. It's end turn. And then the first one is move. So the way it is, when it becomes someone's turn, this'll pop up or this'll update. I can select move and he should move. I can select one of these abilities and then it'll appear on the map sort of where I can click. Or I can press end turn and it'll move to the next person's turn. So maybe this will update with an enemy as well during the enemy's turn, but instead of these, this can just stay blank, I guess. This can just hide. Maybe with some do tween, you can just slide that down. Yeah, I'm happy with that for now. Probably need something in this corner to balance the scene out. If you have a lot of heavy elements here, you probably want some heavy elements here as well. But I don't know what. Alright, so I suppose I should get coding some of this. Active unit details, that'll be very easy, I think. So maybe I can just get doing that pretty quickly. I'll make a new folder for UI. And let's call it turn order, no, active unit details UI. We'll just go ahead and attach that active unit details UI. And this will need a a couple of things. Private. It will need an image, which is the UI image for the unit face. It will need private Text Mesh Pro UGUI, which will be current HP, and then same thing for max HP. Oh. And make a private void update unit. And I guess to be in line with what we're doing here, this should probably all be battle unit rather than unit. Active battle unit details. We're passing in battle unit everywhere. And even here, I should probably update this just to say active battle unit. Active battle unit face. And then I can just add these using the inspector. So there's the face image, the current HP, and the maximum HP. So when we update, and now a unit will need some kind of reference to what their face is. So let's find the units and let's give them a face. I'll do the same thing as the display name. So I will have a field that we can assign using the inspector, just the face sprite, but then I'll have some way of accessing it using that. And again, this will all be dynamic in the future. So let's see, where are units? Here we are. So Lorik will be this guy. Pete will be this guy. Susie can be the orc. And Amy can be the witch. I've just noticed the turn order is going to be going the wrong way, I believe. So maybe this is the first, second, and third. I'll see though. I'll see when it starts adding things, and then if it needs to be reversed, I think there's just a button that can be clicked. Reverse. Yeah, there we go. So it could just be that we need to do. So we've got the face sprites. So when it updates, take the battle unit face, change the sprite equal to the battle unit face sprite. Current HP dot text, because it's a string, not a number. It's an input box. Well, I guess it's a label. It's a label of text. Current HP dot text equals battle unit dot stats. How did we do the health again? Just a stat. Okay, it's a stat. So battle unit dot starts dot get stat dot. There's no stat yet. I've not set it up. Okay. So let's add in HP and max HP. And then let's give them some sort of default This is one problem with having the enum. So we'll have speed of that, HP of 25, max HP 25. Just copy this, paste, but give them different speed. And I think this is going to be the witch, so we'll give it a bit less health. This is going to be the orc, so we'll give them more health. And then, I don't know what the thief dragon knight, maybe something like that. I guess the thief should be the fastest, so that's what he gets. Okay. So they've got health and they have speed. Back to the code. So do we just want to get the stat.hp for current and make sure it's a string, and then the maximum, same thing but for the different stat. So that's only when we update. So how do we update? We already have a way of telling when a new unit is selected. So select battle unit, on battle unit selected, plus equals, we're just subscribing to the same event we've created before. And so this little E is a battle unit. And we can say update battle unit and then pass in the battle unit. So this turn order won't change, the abilities won't change, but this little box I think will change now. So Pete goes first because he's got the highest speed now. Then it's Lorik, and it's Susie, and then Amy. There we go. Always changing. So now we do something similar by going to the turn order. Where was that? Hmm. Hmm. Probably here as well. Let's. Should I make a whole different event that triggers to show the whole? No, we can probably repurpose the first one since it doesn't get called very often. So yeah, because this doesn't get called very often, I would be happy passing through the entire list. Nah, let's keep it separate just because. Event handler, um, list of battle units, um, mm, whole list, maybe something like that. I'm not really sure I like the. It's not very clear what I'm trying to do here, I don't think. Okay, public class battle unit selected event args public active battle unit is probably not required actually. We'll just do public list of battle unit list. I was thinking of doing the active one, but you can just get the active one from doing battle list 0. So this is going to be new that, and then it'll be battle unit list equals battle.turn dot, and I'll need a new function in here that will return the whole list, but not, yeah, it'll return the whole list, but no way of altering them. So let's just put it in here somewhere. List of battle unit, get battle unit ordered list. So in here, get battle unit ordered list. And we should get errors now because it, yep. Okay, so this is looking for something else. Let's just generate the new method and swap the code over. So now we have an argument list. List of battle units. And then set target to battle unit list 0, which is the first. Okay, I don't like the wording of that. I'm just going to add it. It's probably wasteful, but I think it makes the code a lot more readable. So in here, public battle unit, active battle unit. So active battle unit equals battle dot turn dot acting battle. Acting, not active. Okay. I prefer the word active, but I've already done it this way. Acting battle unit. So yeah, an easier way, instead of, where was that? Camera rig, yeah. Instead of getting the whole list and then trying to figure out which one it is, I will just do e.actingBattleUnit.GameObject. And again, E is just the arguments that are being passed in. So that looks good. And then where's the next error? This thing, let's just generate again. Update battle unit. It'll be e.actingBattleUnit, and then we get rid of the old code. And now I can work with the turn order, turn controller, right? And turn order UI. Let's slap it in there. Let's make a prefab of the turn order item. And doing this means that you can just change what's in here, and then the rest of the code's going to remain roughly the same. What we want to do is clear the entire list. Well, when we update, clear the entire list, and then instantiate these objects, and then set the data that's on the object. So if all we have is an image, all we want to do is update the image. But say we wanted to add a whole load of new information, like actually showing the speed, maybe showing health and different random things. I don't know why, but anything you want to add to the turn order list, you can just change it here and then update the script that's on that object. And then the turn order UI script will just run the same and it won't care. So that's why you want to make a prefab. I've actually just remembered a better way of doing this that still acts like a prefab, but it's not really a prefab. We'll just unpack that, get rid of that. We just call this template and make it invisible. So turn order UI is on here. We're going to grab a reference to that object. Turn order item template. We'll have some kind of clear method. We need a reference to the transform. This will be the parent for all the objects we create. Probably create item. And then of course the start, so we can subscribe to the event. Maybe need more than this. As always, we'll just see as we go. Turn order template is going to be this. The transform is going to be this. So to clear, what we want to do is for each transform, if child.gameObject does not, if child.gameObject equals the template, then continue because we don't want to destroy it. Otherwise, destroy the child game object. I think that's clear. Now create item, we will make a new game object, instantiate the template, give it some kind of name, turn order item, set the parent to be the parent transform, then there will be some kind of update that we run on this. For now, let's grab the same event, select battle unit, on battle unit selected, but this time instead of using the active unit, we will use the list. So list of battle units, battle unit list equals e.battle unit list. And then create list, I guess, is a nice way of doing it. Get that visual scripting out here. Probably void create list. List of battle units. Battle unit list. Alright, so well, we want to clear the list and then battle unit list dot count for, so what we're doing is we're clearing the list when we want to create a new list. And then for each item in the battle unit list, we will create an item and then update it. item dot set active true because it's currently inactive. And then when we pass it back, we will grab the script that will be on it. So I need to create that script as well. This is turn order item, well, turn order UI item, and that's good. And so far, this is just a image, which is the UI image. Face is probably fine. Face image, face sprite, something like that. Public void battle unit. So we are setting the battle unit here. And all it has is a face image. So face image sprite is equal to battle unit dot face sprite. And I'll just call it face sprite to keep it. No, face image is the more correct way of saying it because it's a UI image. So we'll add that. Turn order item. And the image is this. So turn order UI item equals item dot get component, and then we just set the battle unit to whatever this is. So ways of improving this, instead of instantiating every time, you can create an object pool. So you would just keep spawning these, set them to be inactive, and then when you want to use it, you would get or create. So you would get an object if it's in the pool, or you would create a new one if there's nothing in the pool. And then when you want to clear it, you would simply pull as many items as you wanted to keep and then destroy the ones above that. So that's a way of speeding this up that can be done later on. Let's just see what happens for now. Oh yeah, a little mistake here. We don't want to start from 0, we want to start from 1 because we already have 0, the acting unit, in this big box. And it is around the wrong way, like I was thinking, so I will just tick that box, reverse the arrangement, and let's go again. There. So watch this as it goes round. The next one is likely to be Pete. Next one's likely to be Lorik. Now this may shift in a way that seems broken. So if you think it should be this guy, then her, then him, then her, but then it changes, that's because the movement speed is different. So if this guy has 12 and he's got 10, and say this person only had 1, then these guys are going to be acting way more than this person. So that's maybe one reason why you would want to keep the little tracker next to them to tell you what their current turn counter is, because then you can maybe more accurately gauge how often they're going to be acting. Um, the good thing is, it seems like more often than not, like almost every time, the person that is next up actually is next up. Oh, that wasn't because she's so slow. So yeah, maybe that's an addition that can be done to make it a bit more clear to the player that this isn't 100% the order, this is just their current speed order. And so, yeah. Maybe I'll just add that right now. So turn the panel. I'm going to keep the panel the same. It's going to be the template that changes. The height is going to be a little bit bigger. And then underneath I will create a little block of text. Turn counter. This is going to be like that. Just jam in 100 just to see. Middle. So what's happening here? What's the... So it's only a tiny bit extra it's added, so I do need to make it a bit bigger. 64 maybe. I may just add some underline to make the text a bit more readable anyway. Okay, let's just see what happens then. So the turn order item now has a new component to change. So this is going to be turn counter label, and then turn counter label dot text is equal to the battle unit dot stats dot get turn counter, but it needs to be a string. And I didn't update the turn counter. There we go. So that's how easy it is to add something to this. There we go. So 100 or more, 90, 72, 54. If I skip ahead, 80, 60, 12. So there we go. Maybe that's a bit easier to understand what's going on and why they're taking so long. She went from 6 to 18 to 54. That's why she takes so long to take her turns. Okay, that's fine. Maybe it won't be that bad anyway. Maybe instead of it being in the tens, I can, let's see where I've added this in the script. Turn controller, maybe it's 1,000. And these units will have stats that are a lot less crazy. So the average can be 100, so it still takes 10. He can have 120, so he acts a fifth of the time faster. And maybe just, who knows, like 90, you act just a little bit slower. Or even, maybe it's not even that bad, maybe it's like 95. And you've got 100 as well, just say. So let's see. So Lorik, Amy, Pete, Susie, Pete, Lorik, Susie. Oh, this is cool because you get to see the numbers as well. Let's see, Lorik and Susie get there at the same time, and then they'll none of these numbers should change. 48665, 48665. Yep, cool. Looking good. But it does look a bit funny now that it says a number below their face, and then when it gets here, it becomes the hit points instead. Who cares? It's fine for now. What comes next? Actually pressing this button to move, maybe? Um, that's enough for this video. I think I'll just snip this off and say UI. And in the next one, I'll start working on uh, some movement and pathfinding. Um, uh, Probably one of the parts that I'm weaker with, so I'll be using Grok and some different websites to try and get a nice system that I like. Alright, that's it for this one. Thanks.